Hi there, and welcome to BSF Recovery Team. If you've been watching our recent little mini-series of videos, you'll know that we're up here on the Iron Range in northern Minnesota, and this is our first time running the Mesabi Mountain Trail, just outside the city of Eveleth, Minnesota. You'll also know that this short little 4-mile rocky trail has proven to be a little bit more than we expected. It was an extreme challenge to maneuver the big heavy wrecker through this narrow, twisty, rugged trail, and we weren't breaking any speed records doing it. Even at such a slow pace, it was still very exciting to see what was around the next bend or up over the next hill. After the better part of an exciting and exhausting day on the trail, we finally found the end. But our adventure was only half over, because the Mesabi Mountain Trail is a dead-end trail. We still had 4 miles to go over the same terrain that got us here. Because it took us most of the day to get here, we didn't have time to take a break. Our only real choice was to quickly turn around and head right back out, and hopefully be out of the woods before dark. On the way out, it didn't seem like it took us very long to get to an obstacle called Elephant's Back. From this direction, you can really see how it got its name. Then, the next thing, we were back at Broken Ankle Hill. Oh, here's the one we had to winch up. At this point, I'm not sure how the rest of the team was doing, but I can tell you personally, I was really getting mentally exhausted from the concentration that it took to drive this trail. I had to constantly keep track of where the rocks were, where my tires were, where the corners of the truck were, and where the trees were. All of this while I was getting bounced around in the cab of the truck like I was riding a mechanical bull.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Meanwhile, I also felt like I had to keep track of my son Alex, because this was his first time wheeling on a trail with this type of terrain. But he was doing great, keeping up, which wasn't too difficult considering how slow we were traveling. We did stop every now and then and get out to see how Alex was doing. And well, let's just say he was certainly keeping a good sense of humor about all of this.
How you holding up?
You know, I've been trying to think of what was going through your head when you decided to take me on this. I'm thinking you were thinking something like, yeah, I'm willing to risk my own vehicle on the amateur son on the super difficult trails. And then I'm thinking to myself, that doesn't make any goddamn sense.
I didn't know how difficult it was.
I don't believe you. You're probably just like, yeah, it'll be fine, trial by fire, run before you can walk kind of thing.
Kind of like getting thrown in the deep end?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That happened to me too.
Keeping your sense of humor on this trail was needed because there was no room for frustration. This trail never let up. It was a constant barrage of rocks with a little mud in between.
I feel like this trail could do with a little less rocks.
You think so?
Just like a little bit, not like a lot. Like rocks done.
Be nice to have a little break in between.
Yeah, instead of just like one, it's basically just one big long obstacle. It's like 4 hours out, like 4 hours. It's like a whole day. It's a whole day.
All right. Here's your break. This is smooth. One big rock.
That's all I get?
That's all you get.
One big rock?
Short little stretch of pavement here.
You know, it's just like you. I've only wheeled a few times the troll hogging, right?
Yeah.
I don't even have like a vehicle of my own. I'm an amateur off-roader at best. And what do? We come to the Iron Range, and instead of spending most of our time on the park where everything's kind of like nice and there's obstacles and then there's trails and then there's obstacles and then there's trails. No, instead we have to go on this freaking trail that your buddy built that you knew was super freaking hard, that you hadn't even ever been on before, and I'm barely even a wheeler.
You're doing great though.
Thanks. I'm ready for a nice shower and pool time, hot tub.
Might take us a couple hours to get there.
I'd go for a nap too. I'm fucking tired.
After crawling up and over and dropping off that big slab of rock, we were moving along pretty good, and it looked like we were going to get out of the woods before dark. If you've ever been wheeling, you know as well as I do, that's just when things start to turn on you. And this time was no exception for us.
Well, that was not good. We just broke a rear drive shaft and twisted the U-bolts loose on the rear axle housing. The only thing we're going to be able to do is maybe fix it out here on the trail. Should we take a look?
Holy crap.
Here's one of my lift blocks right here. You can see that we popped everything loose. The spring center bolts broke. The other side too. My axle's all twisted up. And peeled the yoke apart in the rear drive shaft. Now, this is going to be difficult.
Well, after assessing the situation and realizing that we only had an hour or two of daylight left, we decided that the wrecker was going to have to spend the night in the woods. Be sure to join us in our next video where we attempt to fix the wrecker and limp it out of the woods. Thanks for watching, BSF Recovery Team. Subscribe, share our videos, and join us next time. Maybe we'll see you out there in the woods.